So day two at Microsoft Ignite was very exciting. One of the big things that you notice when you're at this conference though now and you really start to take things in on the expo floor, in the hub, is that really it's not just around the technology, it's around the impact it has on people and the environment. So you will see tractors and you'll see plants being grown, and you're seeing the real impact of AI and the technologies Microsoft have developed on the real world. But there's also the human aspect as well. So Microsoft 365 Learning Paths was launched, and that's a way of getting a lot of great content into your tenant so you can then share it with people and give them the right guidance on how to use it. And there's a lot of sessions around how you can understand how technology can help you and your users. And one of the key learnings from that is you need to really listen and understand what the pain points are that people have. So then when you're putting together solutions, whether that is in Microsoft 365, whether you're deploying teams, but also if you're doing stuff on the Power Platform, that actually the solutions you put together are actually going to be applicable and actually going to be usable by people. One big thing that is missing really from the whole Microsoft stack that they've had no announcements around is how you can monitor and analyze whether people are using things the right way and then target some of that information. So when you're talking to some of the other delegates, we find that actually that's one thing that perhaps it would be good to understand whether if you build it, are they going to come? And that's one area where going around looking at some of the solutions that vendors have got, then they seem to be filling that gap there. Outside of the human aspects and the environmental stuff, then we've had some big Exchange announcements. And on the Exchange side, there's quite a few actually. We've got a new Microsoft Exchange Online Admin Center, which looks more like the Microsoft 365 one. It's a big change from the EAC of old, and that brings about some new experiences when you come to migrate. It makes it a lot easier if it's the first time that you've migrated mailboxes to the cloud. We've had improvements on the back end for Google for migrating mail, where that's now going to be a lot faster. It overcomes some of the 2 gig per day limits that were based around using old IMAP technologies to do those migrations. It now uses a REST API to do that. On the tenant-to-tenant migration side, then we've had some additional stuff there where it's not released now, but we're soon going to finally get, and it was announced in 2017 that this was going to come. So first half of 2020, tenant-to-tenant migrations for Exchange Online from one tenant to another. You'll be able to do a native migration within the service. On the PowerShell side, we've got new Exchange commandlets that use the Graph API instead, and they are a lot faster than the old traditional commandlets, because today if you're using things like multi-factor authentication, you've got to have a click to run type application just to get the Exchange admin PowerShell up, and that's changing as well. So that's really good. And there's a session from Tony Redmond that goes into a lot more detail on how to use those as well in the real world. So some really, really good sessions. New announcements on the Exchange side. I don't think many people are expecting anything new around Exchange. And of course that big focus on how to get people to best adopt technology as well. So it's been a really good day too. We'll be back for more on day 3.